Hello top 11 managers around the world, welcome back to your channel Mamun Pife Gaming. Mamun Pife Gaming is your channel because you're all top 11 managers. Mamun Pife Gaming always make content only on top 11. So it is your channel and whether you should subscribe this channel or not, this is your decision. Guys, in this video, I am going to show you tricks to train a player to 180%. The full process I am going to show you in this video. Before I made a video on how you can make a player 200%, the full process was described in that video and I showed in detail. If you want to find that video, you can check in my channel as well. Now, as you can see, when a player reached 280%, these masses will arrive after training. This player is already maxed out. There are two steps to reach 180%. Number one step is Youth Academy. Youth Academy is mandatory even if you make 200% player or a player who is more than 150%. So now, as you can see, started the journey of this player 58% only. So he was actually 58% in Youth Academy when I claimed him in Youth Academy. And then I trained him from 58 to 70, 70 to 78. I also added his special ability from Youth Academy, not only special ability but also his play style and other skills from Youth Academy. So now, as you can see, here is the player now 78%. From 78%, the player got 83% in Youth Academy, and the goal was how much bigger I can make in Youth Academy. I will do. I mean, the maximum amount of percentage I will add from Youth Academy. It is very easy, super easy. I made this player to 118.9% in Youth Academy. You could make even bigger, if you want. Step 2. Training an 18 years old player from 102 to 180%. You can even make the player in Youth Academy, as I said earlier, you can make even 120 to 130. Even people made 120%. So it depends on your resource. I prefer 120%. Now, at the beginning, you should train main attribute wise, because at the beginning when the player is young and in that time main attribute helps you to perform well. So but overall at the end you need all attribute. Honestly speaking, there is no such a rule anymore. Before it was main attribute was effective. Now other attributes also important. So as you can see, I have taken 1-1 finishing drills, which is easy one, and everything by it. Finishing and dribbling equals to 1-1 finishing. That means you're gonna get finishing and dribbling from these super drills. Passing and shooting equals to pass and go and shoot. For getting passing and shooting attributes, you will have to use pass, go and shoot. This one is easy and will not drain your condition a lot. So use these drills for all the available slots. And this way you will get, most of the time passing and shooting attributes. Same way, guys, same way you will have to pick shooting plus crossing plus heading. If you want these attributes, you will have to use set piece delivery, all set piece delivery. You know what, one player, when a player is having low attributes in any department, like in defense, in attack, in physical and mental, if the player is low percentage in any specific attribute, if you use those attribute drills, then you're gonna get very quickly percentage. You're gonna get very quickly attributes because your player will have most of the attributes in major attributes. So this is another trick, so you will have to apply at the end when the player is very big, like 160%, 170%. It is very hard to train those players main attribute wise. So you'll have to understand this. So you'll have to pick from different defense as well, when your player will get a bit bigger as well, like 150%, 160%, it will be very difficult for you to train only main attributes. You're gonna take drills from these position, defense, physical and mental as well to make the player to 180%. As you can see, this player is already 180%. This way I trained and I made the player 180% when he was 18 years old. Now the player is 21 years old at my present season. I'm gonna show you also how I make this player again 180%. At this present season, the player is 21 years old, as I said. As you can see, the player is 179%. The player was actually 164% when I started today's season. Almost 12 days already gone of the season, almost 9 matches in league gone, and the player was 164% when he started his career of this season. Now the player is 179% after training a long sessions. Now, how I train this player in the difficult situation, I'm gonna give you a glimpse, because you know what, it is very time consuming, it is very irritating, it is very disturbing to me or to everyone who train this sort of player from 170 to 180%, because this player will hardly get attributes. So now I'm going to show you exactly what happened to me to make this player from 170 to 180%. I'm just going to show you 179% to 180%. This is also going to take a lot of time. That's the reason why I'm just going to show you 1%, because if I want to show you the full process, then I need like a 10 hours or 8 hours video. It's like that. I mean, from the young age to the player 180%. So it takes a lot of time. We don't do within just one day. It takes a lot of time. We do this within few days, because you cannot straight away train to a player like this. You need a lot of time. You cannot do anything else in your life. You just need to train. You will have to play the game for hours and hours. As you can see, I am taking one drill from physical and mental, targeting his fitness, because his fitness attribute is low. So one trick I'm giving you again, that when your player is 150-60%, target his attribute that is very low. While I'm training this player, I'm gonna show you another player. As you can see, this player, if you train tackling and bravery of this player will get attributes a lot more faster and gain percentage very faster. But if you train this player his finishing shooting, it will take a bit of time. You will try to increase definitely the main attribute first and as big as possible, but by training it is very difficult. By training the main attribute, getting 200 is more and more different thing. Then adding attribute from events. Like as you can see, this player is Mojumdar Kamal, and he is not having main attribute huge high because it is by training only. This season I didn't add any attribute from draw frenzy or kick around. If I add kick around and draw frenzy attributes, the player will get main attribute really high. So by training, you will have to understand that adding main attribute more than 200% is very difficult. Again, I'm saying it is attributes, it's not overall percentage. You cannot increase a player overall percentage after 180%. This is not possible. After 180%, no matter how many times you train the player will not get any attributes. So you will have to increase the player only by events. I showed you in 200% player making video. If you watch that video, you will understand how can you increase further a player who is 180%. So this video will help you to understand the full process of making a player 200%. You will have to find this video in my YouTube channel. This is the video at the right side, as you can see. So find the video and watch it. Now, as you can see, how difficult to increase just 1%. Let me tell you that you need need a lot of rest to make a player 200%. So the rest amount, I cannot say approximately how many rest you need, because it depends on your player. I mean, what percentage you are starting. Let's say if you start a player from 120%, you need 2 to 3,000 rest, depending on your session, depending on your training, understanding of training. So it's huge, 2,000, 3,000 rest. It's huge. Now I'm gonna show you training. This training session, it will be continued for a few minutes, so that you can understand exactly how much you need time and dedication for it. Just for one person, you will understand the whole scenario. Normally training is not for people who is impatient. Honestly speaking, if you are impatient, you cannot train, because it takes a lot of time and it is very, very boring. Before, I made many training videos, and those were actually super big, but I cut them to 10 minutes. Always I try to cut 2 hours, 3 hours training to 10 minutes. So it's difficult, and you still need to show a lot of boring sessions in which you are gonna add attributes. See, this player is now gonna be max out soon, because I can feel that he is very close to 180%. I trained already a good amount of time, you see, and already you see this player is already maxed out. So finally this player is 180%. Can you believe it, guys? This player will not be trained anymore, and he will not add any attribute. So he is 180% finally, guys. And it's really amazing when you train hard, when you hard work a lot, and then you get a result. So it's really amazing. 180% this player now, and you can easily make this player 200% if you want. You can put him in Player Academy if you have resources, and also you can add attributes from other events.